Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're all about helping you finally make a dent in that intimidating stack of books you've been meaning to get around to. And today we're going deep into the heart of Japanese philosophy, exploring this concept known as Ganbatte. We'll be drawing insights from Albert Liebermann's book, Ganbatte, The Japanese Art of Always Moving Forward. So get ready to explore a world of cultural wisdom, resilience, and the art of overcoming obstacles.
Ganbatte is much more than just a simple phrase. It's this deeply ingrained cultural concept, really a way of life that kind of shapes the Japanese perspective. You might interpret it as give it your all, or persist relentlessly, or embrace progress.
Hmm, I see. So it's kind of like in Western cultures, we often say good luck, right?
Yeah.
Which often implies that success kind of hinges on external factors.
Yeah.
But with Ganbatte, the focus shifts to one's own effort, like that internal drive to succeed. It's about self-reliance. You're not just leaving things up to fate.
Exactly. It's about the effort and not necessarily the outcome. Ganbat really celebrates the journey, the dedication to keep pushing forward instead of just fixating on a particular result. So it's all about unwavering commitment to, growth and betterment.
You know what? Now that you mention it, Ganbat was like a common farewell in my household growing up. Whether we were heading off to like school or a big performance or just work, Ganbat would echo through the house. It wasn't about achieving this flawless victory, but about putting in your absolute best effort.
And that really captures, I think, the empowering nature of Ganbat. It gives individuals the power to, take control of their actions and, chart their own course and kind of own their own progress.
So to really understand Ganbat, don't we need to see it in action, like real life examples?
Yeah.
And thankfully, our source material is just packed with these amazing stories that really bring this philosophy to life.
Right. So let's start with the story of Shiro. This incredible man, he was 108 years old and lived in the village of Yimi in Okinawa, a place known for its exceptionally long-lived population.
So just imagine traveling to Okinawa and meeting Shiro, this man who's witnessed over a century of history.
Yeah, and he wasn't just surviving, he was thriving.
Yeah.
Full of vitality, a positive outlook. And get this, on his 100th birthday, he celebrated by riding a motorbike.
Wait, he rode a motorbike at 100? That's incredible. Talk about, seizing the day.
And when asked about the secret to his longevity, Shiro's simple answer was, Genbatte. He said, I made an effort and always did the best I could. I make an effort every day.
There it is. A lifetime dedicated to Ganbatte. It's not about living to a certain age, but about having this mindset of persistent effort and making the most of each day. His story shows, that it's not how long we live, but how we live those years that truly matters.
Now, let's shift gears a little bit and look at a completely different area, visual art. I want you to think about that iconic artwork, the Great Wave off Kanagawa, the one, with those massive waves about to crash down on these tiny boats.
Oh, yeah, that's a powerful image. Very striking, almost intimidating. It gives you this sense of both awe and apprehension.
So, if you view that piece through the lens of Ganbatte, it becomes this potent metaphor for life's challenges. Those individuals in the boats, they represent us, facing these seemingly overwhelming obstacles.
Yeah, those waves are definitely formidable and scary, but we know they won't last forever. Eventually, they'll crest and break, just like difficult times in our own lives do. It gives you this sense of hope knowing that even in the midst of turmoil, calm awaits.
Exactly. And just like those sailors who are showing resilience, we also need to adapt and learn from these trials and just keep moving forward.
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The Japanese proverb, Ishi no uni mosanen, translates to 3 years sitting on a rock. Now, at first glance, that might seem like it contradicts Ganbatte, the idea of continuous forward momentum.
Right. But this proverb adds, I think, a really important nuance to our understanding of Ganbatte. It's not about literal immobility. It's about unwavering dedication and commitment to a goal, even when you don't see immediate tangible progress.
So it's about having that long-term perspective and staying true to your aspirations, not giving up on your dreams simply because they take time to materialize. It's like that Daruma doll tradition, right?
Yeah. One eye is painted when you set a goal, and then the second one when you achieve it. So it's
Oh,
this
yeah.
constant visual reminder of the commitment you've made. It's a powerful symbol of unwavering intention.
That's a really cool concept. Okay, so let's talk about another story that kind of captures the essence of Ganbatte. There's this traditional Japanese tale about a young archer who's aiming for the moon.
Oh, Oh, yeah, such a great metaphor. I mean,
Come on.
he's never going to actually hit the moon, right? But his unwavering dedication to perfecting his craft, to constantly aiming for something seemingly unattainable, turns him into this, master archer.
So what does that mean for us? It makes you think about what your own moon is. Those goals that might seem out of reach, but the pursuit of them, the effort we put in, that's what shapes us.
Exactly. It's all about embracing the journey of self-improvement, setting ambitious goals, even if we don't always hit the bullseye.
So speaking of aiming high, who would have thought a cat could become a station master?
Right. This is the story of Tama, a cat who took on the role of station master at the struggling train station in Japan.
It sounds crazy, but it's a true story. And what's amazing is that Tom's appointment actually increased ridership and kind of saved the train line. It's such a creative solution.
What I love about this story is how it showcases the Ganbatte spirit of the residents. They were faced with this seemingly impossible problem, but found this incredibly resourceful solution that breathed new life into their community.
It reminds us to never underestimate the power of creative thinking. And hey, maybe even a bit of feline ingenuity. If a cat can be a successful station master, think of what we humans can do with a little bit of Ganbatte.
Now let's talk about Yayoi Kusama. She's a world-renowned Japanese artist, and her life story truly embodies Ganbatte. It's both heartbreaking and inspiring.
Oh yeah, I know her work. Those vibrant colors and her signature polka dots, instantly recognizable.
So Kusama, she faced a lot of adversity in her life, mental health challenges, family struggles, yet through it all, her dedication to her art, to her creative expression, it never wavered. She literally created a world of beauty out of hardship.
One image that comes to mind is Kusama's yellow pumpkin covered in black circles on Naoshima Beach. It's like this symbol of her resilience, her ability to find beauty and expression in the face of darkness.
Her life is a testament to the transformative power of Ganbatte. It's about never giving up, turning suffering into art, taking your unique experiences and creating something truly remarkable from them.
It's about more than just overcoming challenges. It's about channeling that energy, that perseverance into something positive and impactful.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's move on to the world of literature. The story, The Man Who Planted Trees, beautifully illustrates the power of consistent effort and unwavering commitment.
I vaguely remember that story. Wasn't it about a shepherd who single-handedly transformed this barren land into a forest?
Yeah, he dedicated his life to planting trees, one by one, day after day. He patiently turned a desolate landscape into a thriving ecosystem.
It's kind of like a symbolic representation of what we can achieve if we have that Ganbatte spirit. Even if it feels like a small act, over time, it can create something truly amazing.
Right. It's about having that long-term vision, that unwavering commitment to making a positive impact, even if it takes years or even a lifetime to see the full results.
It's like planting those seeds of change, nurturing them with consistent effort, and trusting that something extraordinary will eventually grow.
All right, so let's delve into some additional concepts that are really intertwined with Ganbatte. Let's start with shuhari. It's this concept that's rooted in martial arts, the tea ceremony, and various other Japanese art forms.
Oh, interesting. So what exactly does shuhari involve?
It's essentially a three-stage path to mastery. So Shu is all about mastering the basics, absorbing fundamental knowledge and techniques. Then Ha is where you start to break away from tradition, experimenting, innovating, finding your own style. And finally, Ri represents transcending those rules and creating something truly unique and expressive.
So it's like an evolution. We start by diligently learning the fundamentals, then we move on to, boldly challenging norms.
Yeah.
And finally, we arrive at a place where we can really express our authentic voice. It's a fascinating framework for self-reflection and growth.
Exactly. And it can be applied to anything, really, from art and business to even personal development. It's about understanding that mastery is an ongoing journey, not a fixed destination.
It makes me think about, where I am on my own shuhari journey. Am I still in that phase of absorbing the fundamentals? Or am I pushing boundaries and maybe even somewhere in between? It's a really thought-provoking model for self-assessment.
Now, let's talk about kaizen. This translates to continuous improvement. It's about always striving to make things better, one small step at a time.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of Kaizen in business, particularly with Toyota and how they implemented it in their manufacturing processes.
Exactly. Toyota really embraced Kaizen by focusing on eliminating waste or muda in their operations. But Kaizen can be applied to anything, not just business. It's a philosophy you can incorporate into any aspect of your life.
It's like that saying, today better than yesterday, tomorrow better than today. It's this constant pursuit of progress, no matter how small the steps may seem.
Right. What's great about kaizen is that improvement doesn't have to be drastic or revolutionary. It can be a series of small, incremental changes that over time add up to significant progress.
It's about celebrating those small victories, those little adjustments that, elevate us bit by bit each day. Not about achieving perfection, but about putting in the consistent effort and finding joy in that constant evolution.
Absolutely. It's about having that growth mindset and finding satisfaction in the process of becoming rather than just fixating on a rigid end goal.
Wow, so we've explored the meaning of Ganbatte, looked at these amazing stories that exemplify it, and even touched on these related concepts like Shuhari and Kaizen. I'm feeling inspired already. It's amazing how this one Japanese word holds so much wisdom and can be applied to so many areas of life.
It really is. And what I find particularly compelling about Ganbatte is that it's not just a concept, it's a way of life. It's a mindset that empowers us to be resilient, dedicated, and always striving to reach our full potential.
Now, I know we promised our listeners a nice, concise 10-point summary of what we covered about Ganbatte. Are you ready to deliver on that?
Sure. So here are 10 key takeaways that I think really capture the spirit of Ganbatte. 1, Ganbatte means do your best, never give up, and keep moving forward. 2, the concept really stresses how important effort, perseverance, and resilience are for achieving success. 3, it's this mindset that you can apply to pretty much every part of life, like personal goals, relationships, and even work. 4, the story of Shiro. Remember him, the 108-year-old man from Okinawa. His life is like the perfect example of Ganbatte. 5, the Great Wave off Kanagawa. That famous artwork is like a visual metaphor for all the challenges and triumphs we go through in life. 6, that Japanese proverb, 3 years sitting on a rock. It highlights the importance of dedication and long-term effort. 7, the story of Tama the cat shows us that sometimes you got to think outside the box to find creative solutions. 8, the artist Yayoi Kusama. Her life is an amazing example of how perseverance and passion can help you overcome adversity and achieve incredible things. 9, the concept of shuhari learning, breaking with tradition, and then transcending those rules. It provides a framework for personal growth and mastery. And 10, kaizen, the philosophy of continuous improvement. It encourages us to always strive for progress in every area of our lives.
Wow, that's a really powerful list. It really boils down all the key principles and inspirational stories and practical concepts we've been discussing.
I hope it reminds everyone listening that Ganbat is so much more than just a word. It's a philosophy that can help us face any challenge with courage, dedication, and a drive to always improve.
So, as we reach the peak of our Gandad Mountain here, what's the one nugget of wisdom, that actionable piece of advice that you hope our listeners take away from all of this?
Out of all the inspiring stories and concepts we talked about, what resonates most with me is embracing imperfection. Gambat isn't about being perfect. It's about fully committing to the process of personal growth.
Yeah, that's such an important point. It's like we can let go of that pressure to be perfect
Mm.
and just focus on growing and making progress, even if it's just a little bit at a time.
Right. It's about shifting your perspective from I have to be perfect to I have to keep learning, keep trying, and push beyond my limits. Because it's that dedication to the journey, to putting in the effort, that's how we unlock our true potential.
And it's also about seeing those missteps, those stumbles along the way, not as failures, but as opportunities to learn and become more resilient.
Definitely. Embracing those imperfections, those unexpected detours, they're all just part of the growth process. And that's such a powerful way to look at things.
It really takes the pressure off and allows us to approach our goals with more curiosity, maybe a little playfulness, and a willingness to experiment. It's about enjoying the journey of becoming rather than getting fixated on a specific outcome.
To go even further, I think it's important to remember that Gambat isn't something you do alone. It's about connecting with people, building a support system that encourages you to grow and celebrates your accomplishments.
It's like having a team of cheerleaders, mentors, and collaborators who inspire you to reach higher and go further. It's tapping into the power of collective effort and mutual encouragement.
Exactly. It's realizing that you're not on this path alone. You can draw strength and motivation from the people around you.
It's a beautiful combination, isn't it? This individual drive combined with the power of working together. It creates this amplified Ganbada spirit that propels us towards even the most ambitious goals.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Something to ponder as they embark on their own Ganbot-inspired adventures. Imagine you have this time-traveling device, and you can fast forward to the end of your life. Looking back on everything you've done, what would make you feel the most proud? What would give you that deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, knowing that you lived a life that was truly inspired by Ganbatte?
That's such a thought-provoking question. It makes you think about what really matters in the long run.
Yeah.
Not just fleeting successes or external validation, but genuine fulfillment and the impact we make.
Yeah, it encourages you to kind of align your actions now with what really matters to you, making choices that reflect your true self and embracing that spirit of continuous growth and giving back. That's what really defines a Ganbatte life, I think.
It's not just about checking those boxes of external success. It's about cultivating inner strength and that resilience of spirit that lets us face those inevitable challenges with grace and determination.
Exactly. It's about developing that unshakable belief in your ability to get through tough times and come out even stronger on the other side.
So as we wrap up our deep dive here, what's the one piece of advice, that parting wisdom you would leave our listeners with as they kind of embark on their own Ganbatte-inspired journeys?
Well, I'd say think of Ganbatte not as this rigid set of rules, but as this dynamic, adaptable philosophy that you can mold to fit your own individual goals and dreams.
Yeah.
It's all about finding those interpretations and applications that resonate with you and your own life experiences.
It's like taking those core Ganbatte principles, perseverance, resilience, that constant striving for self-improvement, and weaving them into the fabric of our lives in a way that feels authentic and empowering. Everyone can find their own unique way to embody this powerful philosophy.
Exactly. Make Ganbatte your own. Let it be that guiding principle that helps you navigate the complexities of life with courage, commitment, and a constant desire to grow.
Well, thank you so much for shedding light on this fascinating concept and sharing those incredible stories that really bring Ganbatte to life.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Japanese culture and the transformative power of Ganbatte. We hope you leave feeling inspired, empowered, and ready to embrace your own journey of growth and fulfillment. Until next time, keep exploring, keep striving for your best. Ganbatte!